everybody, I'm back again. Today I'm going to review another Bruce Lee movie. Can you guess what it is? The Big Boss. Have you guys seen The Big Boss yet? Do you remember when you first seen the movie? Did it impress you? What was your reaction? I saw this movie a long time ago. I was just hypnotized with the performance of Bruce Lee. The good thing about the movie is The Big Boss was Bruce Lee's first movie. And believe it or not, the main role was supposed to go to James Tien, his co-star. But because of the performances of Bruce Lee on screen was so strong, they decided to give it to him instead. And so Bruce Lee became the main starring role in the movie. So let's go through some of the things. Like, is it a good film? Yes, it is. Why? Because Bruce Lee gets a chance to shine. Do remember, this is a very low budget movie. The company Golden Harvest was on the brink of going bankrupt, but because of Bruce Lee, the company became a success. But beforehand, they were struggling, so that's why they had to make this movie in Thailand to keep production costs down. And with Bruce Lee on the screen, okay, if it wasn't for Bruce Lee, this film would have been a flop without a doubt, because there's lots of negatives in the film. There are a lot of plot holes, unexplained events. For example, during the movie, his cousins start to go missing, but why doesn't anybody go to the police station to report them missing? Okay, I don't want to give too much away about the plot, but because from what I read, there wasn't really a proper script for the movie. They were kind of writing it as they were going along, and so it's a very sloppy movie, I have to say. So why is this such a great film? It's very easy. It's because of Bruce Lee. You watch the movie because of him. If you watch the other fight scenes at the boss's home without Bruce's character, you can see there's nothing really special about it, but it's Bruce Lee who carries the movie on his own to make it into a big hit. You need a very strong actor, okay? So not even a good actor can carry film. You need a super actor that can actually make a weak storyline work and make it successful. And Bruce Lee did just that. There's a lot of unexplained events, like sometimes some characters disappear, like the manager of the factory. He disappears during the film, and they don't say why, and it doesn't tell you why. So, but it doesn't really matter. Bruce Lee had charisma in the movie, so it kind of worked out well in the end. Because of The Big Boss, he became an overnight star. After people watched it in the cinema, people started cheering, so they loved the movie. So it was a huge success. So it doesn't really matter how many flaws there are in the movie. Just go and see it. Just go and see it for the moments of Bruce Lee being on the screen. And do I recommend it? Yeah, of course I do. What, for the film, for the plot? Not really. Ignore all that, okay? Ignore the plot, ignore the film. Go and see it and see why it made Bruce Lee a big star in Hong Kong at that time. And once you see it, you'll kind of understand, because this guy's got charisma. He stood out on screen. And people who were watching the movie, it made them want to be Bruce Lee. That's how good the guy was. So it doesn't matter if the script wasn't great. It doesn't matter. If you're a super actor, you can carry the film on your own. And Bruce Lee did just that. So if you haven't seen it, go and see it now. If you've seen it, maybe we'll watch it again. I've seen this movie many times, okay? I don't even know how many times I've seen it, but it's a great film to watch for fight scenes of Bruce Lee. And Bruce Lee's character in The Big Boss he's very naive. He believes what the boss tells him. So, although his cousins get murdered, he believes that the boss is trying to help to find them. But really, the main boss is his enemy in the finale. So, I do like this movie because it shows like I won't say charming side to Bruce Lee, but like, it's just nice to see him play sort of a different character for a short while in the movie before you see his like trademark performance of performing martial arts on the screen. So he gets to do a bit of acting, like a very naive character. And there are cameo roles by Noah Mao, and they do make 2 more films together in Fist of Fury and The Way of the Dragon. She doesn't really share much screen time with Bruce Lee here. It's just a very short role that she plays as a lady selling drinks in Thailand. But yeah, so the only thing I have to say that's negative about the movie is, had they have had a stronger storyline, imagine how good this film would have been. But does it matter? Nah, not really, because you just, at that time, you just want to see great action, or the audience haven't seen someone who could actually fight so well with so much charisma. So I guess it doesn't really matter. But had it had a deeper story, then yeah, it would have been a greater film. So out of all the Bruce Lee movies, I would say this is probably the weakest one of them all. But for Bruce Lee fans, it's all great. It's still a great movie for someone like me. I don't see it as a bad movie or anything, because I'm just there to watch the action scenes because it stands out. But thank you for watching. I'll see you again next time.